Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching this out there on the World Wide Web. Here we are at 8th Cloud Expo. We're in New York City. It wouldn't be a Cloud Expo without the major players, which is why we have Cloud.com sitting next to us. Peder Ulander, and he's going to tell us, let's just imagine this, Peder. Imagine that other than that you had bought the domain name Cloud.com, there's a viewer out there who does not understand or know what Cloud.com does.
Sure,
what should we say to he or her?
He or her. So the most important thing to know about Cloud.com is we build an open source infrastructure as a service software platform that lets anybody with a data center manage that data center the same way you would a cloud. So in some cases, we have private enterprises that want to deliver Amazon-like services behind the firewall. They're using our technology for the orchestration, the user environment, all of the general application management, et cetera, that enables the end user to come in and actually consume IT resources. In the same sense, we also deliver a platform for service providers that lets them compete with Amazon out in the marketplace. So some well-known companies like Tata Communications, Korea Telecom, and...
these are not small companies.
These are not small companies. We've been around for about a year, and I would, I'm biased, but I'd say we're actually building some of the world's largest clouds on the planet, right? Helping people make that transition from traditional legacy IT to something that's more nimble and more agile with a simple open source software platform.
So for those who are now astonished by the rapidity of that, how are we going to unpack for them how that's happened? Is it the open source that's the magic formula?
We think that there's three elements to what we're able to do. Open source definitely removes the barrier to entry. It lets anybody go out and try it. That's number one. But I would say the thing that we really focused in on was the end user experience. The thing is, if you're trying to create an IT platform that end users like you and I can actually go use, I'm a marketing guy, I can barely spell DNS. If the interface doesn't work in such a way that I've offloaded those IT hands to get me a service, the entire system's already broken. So we've built a very intuitive and simple interface that enables the general public to actually access and use these services without actually having to require a truck roll or a call into the IT service team. So we really get to that point where you're delivering compute services or IT applications in minutes versus weeks or months. And that's kind of the fundamental emphasis on how we built our platform. The last thing that basically gets us where we are today is we also addressed issues around scale. Scale happens in a number of different ways. It's how fast can you scale a VM up? We have one customer that basically in 1 hour launched 4,000 VMs on our platform without a single hitch, right? That problem solved. We have another customer that has 4 data centers. That type of scale. We're actually able to give them a single pane of glass to manage 4 data centers from one central environment, right? Offering up services in different languages, in different currencies, in different environments, yet still have centralized control over that. So these things actually are what's driving a lot of the success that we've seen, and I think we've done a good job of pulling together some marquee customers on what we're doing.
Marquee customers, what about marquee developers? It sounds like there should be a team of 100,000 people doing all this.
With a domain, people sometimes think we're about that big.
Yeah.
We're still fairly new. We launched last year. We've only been around for about 2 years. We're about, dare I say, 50, 60 employees at this point working on it. But the benefit of being an open source developer is we also have a fairly large, robust community of developers that are contributing code back into our platform and into our product. That coupled with the fact that we're also part of OpenStack, probably one of the largest open source cloud computing platforms out there. We're working with that team and those developers as well to just kind of further along the progression of cloud computing for both enterprises and service providers.
And you know that people watching this want to know the story behind getting that domain. Come on, why did you decide we want to be Cloud.com?
Well, like I said, while I might not be a good technical person, I'm also not a great marketer. So I needed to find a name that was setting the stage for. That
does kind of sum it up,
right? It does. It's very simple, right? So how do you do simple marketing? You get a name that's very, very clean and crisp, and to be honest with you, you guys have done a little bit with the gentleman who owned the domain, and literally through tracking some of your news, Jeremy, I placed a call to Scott, and we negotiated this thing out, and it was one of the.
For those who don't know the backstory, that at Cloud Expo we traded the Cloud.com name because the owners of it asked us, may we sell it at Cloud Expo? We thought it was a good idea.
Yeah.
And here was the buyer.
Here was one of the buyers.
So it was a good idea.
It was a great idea, and it helped us launch with a very, very strong platform.
Let's think then, now we're thinking of that sort of meta level. I mean, obviously, this is show floor packed, the session rooms are packed, the program is packed, everything is going at 100,000 miles an hour. Is that always good, or are there sometimes, is it moving too fast for you as a company, say, or for the industry? What do you think?
You know what, we've been very fortunate. I will say, we are launching new iterations of product and programs almost on a every 6-week cycle. Wow. The thing is, it's what's helping our customers get to market. There's a big gap between what was in the industry and available for them to do self-service virtualization management and this new concept of cloud computing. And I think when you look at the players in the space, many of them are very brand new. In order for us to succeed, we have to be moving as fast as we're moving. Okay. We have to be able to deliver and kind of change components while creating a seamless environment for these businesses to go launch this stuff. And I think that's kept us very excited about what we're doing. It's also helped us win some very solid customers. And as I look around, there's actually a number of our customers here not only participating but also demonstrating here on your show floor. So it's really fortunate to sit and see the success that we've been able to deliver through others.
So there you are. The moral of the story is clearly if you want to found a successful business, first you attend Cloud Expo, whether it's 8th, 9th, 10th, 15th, and then secondly you send a note to Peder Ulander at cloud.com and say, so what else do I need to do? It's basically that simple, right?
It's that easy. That's how we're doing it.
An invitation for us here in New York City. Thank you, Peder, for joining us, and thank you for watching this out there on the World Wide Web.